to the Islamic State group. Well, we've got details of these and many more coming up in the next 20 minutes. Pardon me, the next 1 hour. If you spend your time with me, my name is Josh Cream. Remember, we are live on DSTV channel 279. On to our very first story. The Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative Africa Office has charged the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, CHRAJ, to independently investigate the events leading to the killing of some 5 persons at Botiano. The initiative also wants the establishment of an independent police compliance commission in Ghana to investigate such matters involving the police. 5 persons suspected to be land guards and armed robbers were allegedly shot dead in a fire exchange between the police and the persons at Botiano, while condemning what they described as a recurring use of lethal force by the police in dealing with suspects. The commission charged the police to operate within the bounds of the law and respect the human rights of all individuals. Well, let's stay longer on this very development and speak to Sabina Morgan, who is in charge of research and advocacy at the Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative, CHR. Good afternoon, Morgan. Good to have you on Media Live.
Thank you for having me on the line, and a good afternoon to you as well.
Yeah, thanks for having you. Why should the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, CHRAJ, come in at this time?
Okay, so Mr. Quay, rightly as you said, the CHRAJ is coming in because ideally it is a part of their mandate to have oversight responsibility of the Ghana Police Service. And now, in the interim or the short-term period where we do not have the IPCC, that is the Independent Police Complaints Commission, we are calling on the CHRAJ to take up investigations of the Botiano shootings and ensure that officers who have been found culpable be brought to full book and weight of the law. But more importantly, what we are asking for is that a report of this investigation is conducted. You would notice that reports from the ground, reports from indigents in the community, especially traditional leaders, the chiefs, and reports from the Ghana Police Service are quite contradictory. According to the Ghana Police Service, the suspects were land guards who had been terrorizing the indigents for some time. Quite contrary, the chiefs and indigents say that no, these men were stand winners, they were artisans, there was a steel bender. The families have come out to say that they were not land guards. And even if they were land guards, our constitution and then our criminal law is based on the assumption of innocence until proven guilty. So they deserve that benefit of the doubt as against being shot to death by the police.
Okay, so previous calls for the establishment of an independent police complaints commission have not needed to. And why is that crucial now?
Okay, so yes, indeed. For the better part of a decade now, the CHRI and our partners, the coalition on the IPCC, have been calling for the establishment of this commission. Why? Because of incidences like these, contrary accounts of reports, the report or the account of the police versus the indigents on ground. And also, you'd realize that the commission, our organization is not just calling for this commission suddenly. You'd notice that in the 2019 incident, the Ayawaso West Wagon constituency by-election incident, the Commission on Inquiry also recommended that an IPCC be set up. That was part of the recommendations given to government, be set up so that investigations can take place. But to date, our government of the day has either failed or refused to set this IPCC up. So it is important because the police need to be, complaints brought against the police need to be investigated so that we can restore our trust in government institutions, especially that of the Ghana Police Service.
So the police always insist they use minimum force to, counter an attack on its personnel. Is this something that you disagree with?
That in an ideal world, I would readily agree with it. However, as I said, such incidences have recurred. And it looks like the modus operandi of the police is quite the same. They go to the place, the site, they receive an intel, they go to the place on site, the violence ensues, people are shot to death, they display weapons and ammunition as evidence of criminal intent, and then all we have are dead suspects. However, the dead cannot, speak or defend themselves. That is why I'll come back to the issue of the IPCC.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sabina Morgan. Sabina Morgan is in charge of research and advocacy at the Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative, and that very initiative is asking SHACH to, independently probe this very matter. If you are aware, the families and relatives of the deceased are rejecting a post-mortem to be conducted by the Ghana Police Service. We will be following up on this development and finish with updates in our subsequent bulletins. And now the private legal practitioner, Martin Pegbu, has said that Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has not shown that he can be president. This was on the back of discussions on TV3's Current Affairs program, Key Points, where the issue of Bawumia's filing of nomination forms ahead of the NPP primaries was discussed. Take a listen.
Bawumia is not cut for this presidency. He doesn't have what it takes to be president of Ghana. Let's not disencade ourselves.
The way you've seen President Akufo-Addo, that's the same way Bawumia is going to turn out to be. Trust me, there will be no difference. If they were different, if Bawumia was very strong, if he was that upright, he wouldn't let corruption flourish in Ghana and all that, he would have fought President Akufo-Addo. He would have resigned. But to the extent that he's kept quiet, he stayed in the ship and actually steered the ship to sink. Please, look, it's just a joke. It's a joke. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, wow, politics has space for a lot of jokes, eh? A lot of jokes. Look, don't kid me. There's no way. This man is not cut for president. The best would have been that, look, Bawumia will go, leave Alan. He came and met Alan. Let Alan take his chance. Then Bawumia will go. Then after a while, maybe, 8 years, then he comes back. After all, he still has a bit of age on his side.
But the vice president being to the next level, let me take opportunity to, again, explain. The vice president mentioned yesterday that some foundation has been built by this government, that we have economic challenges, and the government have taken measures to steer us out of the economic challenges. Some of the measures include you mentioned it, and when he mentioned it, you said it has not made an impact, and you came back to ask him what impact is good for oil making. But the vice president mentioned yesterday that we want to leverage on that, efficient and maximizing the returns on our natural resources. We've produced gold, we've produced aluminium, bauxite in this country for a long time. How do we maximize the returns or the benefits of these natural resources? That was what he mean, one of the measures he mean by next level. The vice president also mentioned that we have to leverage on science, data, and technology in our agricultural activity. The vice president did not stop at that. The vice president made categorically clear that we need to use digitization again in our healthcare service delivery, in our education, in our public service provision. And the vice president had given us the breadth of this vision.
Bawumia as a man, he was previously described as an economic whiz kid. Because when you are a whiz kid, it ought not to leave you. You have to die with it. Because it's an accolade. So that is the summary of the man that he's become. Look at what is happening with the National Cathedral. Have you ever heard the vice president speak about it?
The National Cathedral?
Yes. Look at the mess that the National Cathedral is in. As the second gentleman in this land, have you ever heard him comment? Look, his slogan is that it is possible. To do what? He says he will take Ghana to the next level. You see, the next level doesn't mean it will be up. It is the next level below. That is why he says that it is possible that he will take us to the next level below. And I'm saying that the next level Dr. Bawumia speaks of is to sink us much lower than we have sunk.
And those discussions were held on Key Points in the morning with my colleague Alfred Okanse. Let's still stay on politics because former President John Dramani Mahama is joining the disposed Assin North lawmaker James Gyakye Quayson today, Saturday, June 17, to support his campaign ahead of the by-election. According to John Dramani Mahama, his support for Gyakye Quayson is as a result of his quest for justice and development for the people of the Assin North constituency. The by-election is slated for Tuesday, June 27. Already, the Electoral Commission has conducted balloting for the various candidates. The NDC is hoping to retain the seat to ensure its number in Parliament remains 137, whilst the governing MPP hopes to win the seat to ensure as much better majority of 138 MPs with one independent MP backing them, and Ranklin Otu as communication member of the NDC Central Region. We'll be engaging him briefly. Stay further on this very development. Ranklin Otu is the communication member of the NDC in the Central Region. Good afternoon, Ranklin. Good to have you on Media Live.
Good afternoon.
Ranklin, NDC flag bearer and the former President John Dramani Mahama is joining the campaign today. How significant is this to the prospect of the party?
Yes, this is very significant to the party as NDC. And then as the former president yesterday posted on his Facebook wall that he is coming down to Asenof to support his brother, Honorable James Jachikwi, in his campaign towards the by-election, which is slated on 27th of this month. And so party supporters are here, and they've come to welcome the former president. And this is serving as, a support to the Honorable James Jachikwi and the entire party in Asenof here.
The NDC's message for Assin North constituent on why they need to retain your candidate.
Come again, please.
What message is the party, saying to the constituents on why they should retain Jachikwi?
Of course, Honorable James Jachikwi has been very instrumental even before he was elected as a member of parliament for the good people of Asenof. And when you come down to Asenof, you can see the footprint of Honorable James Jachikwi even before, as I said, he was elected as the member of parliament of Asenof. And to the people of Asenof and to us in Asenof, Honorable James Jachikwi is a messiah to us. And then we can't afford to lose such a person in the constituency. And as the people have been saying that on any day they will vote for James Jachikwi because they are poised for development, and then they will vote for justice, and then they will vote that Honorable James Jachikwi, as they have always said, or as he has always said, that he is here for development. And so there's nothing that the constituents are looking for, but they are looking for development, and they know that it is Honorable James Jachikwi that can deliver that development to them.
Thank you so much, Ranklin Otu. Ranklin Otu is a communication member of the NDC in the Central Region, and as you're aware, the Assin North by-election is slated for Tuesday, June 27, and the team will be pitch campaign ahead of that and be finishing developments prior to the elections. That's Komla Kluche, and obviously update you in our subsequent bulletin. So keep watching TV3. If you just tune in, you're watching Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Josh Quinn. Let's know what you make of stories that have been aired so far. Just go onto our social media platforms, TV3 Ghana, and engage us this afternoon. On to more news. The Director of Labour Research and Policy Institute of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Kwabena Nyakun Otu, has argued against any conditionality that would affect the welfare of workers on the back of the $3 billion IMF bailout. He was speaking at a roundtable discussion, the Ghana IMF deal in Accra.
The discussion focused on how the IMF bailout would affect various members from the represented institutions from a legal perspective and the European Union's role.
We need the European Union. We need the legal environment for protection of what? Investment that are likely to spring up as a result of the IMF program. So on this note, I can say that, yes, indeed, we have a program, but then as to whether the program will be able to achieve its purpose or not depends on our relationship with our donor partners.
Kwabena Nyakun Otu of the Trade Union Congress stated that regardless of whether the IMF conditionality is non-negotiable, the group would continue to fight for the welfare of workers.
The TUC offers you a voice, and we have committed ourselves that some of these bad deals, the conditionalities, we have carried them from 1967 through the 1980s. They imposed those conditionalities, and we haven't seen any substantial benefit from it. We have promised that we'll go on the street to protect our interests. When that time comes, if you want your voice to be heard, please join us on the street.
Director of the Center for European Studies at the University of Ghana, Dr. Kweku Asah Asante believes that Ghana's frequent trips to the IMF are not ideal and that steps can be taken to reduce them.
I believe that the time has come for us to take a paradigm shift and then build an economy that is our own, that is made up of our contribution, so that at the end of the day, we'll be proud as a people that we've made it. We can, and I believe strongly that if we apply ourselves to it, we can.
And our chairman of the National Media Commission, Yabuafo Ayabuafo, has rejected calls to give the commission more power. The commission's work was criticized for being biased towards the elite at an IEA event, citing the media's viewpoint in Accra.
The National Media Commission is responsible for promoting and ensuring the freedom and independence of the media, but calls have been made for it to be given the power of a high court to sanitize the media space. At a seminar organized by the Institute of Economic Affairs on reviewing Ghana's 1992 constitution, speakers called out the commission on its work.
I've been there. We are 18 members. We meet about, as I said, only about 6 times a year. In between, it takes the chairman, if he's that involved, to push things. But it's not a full time. So that's why I would rather have a reduced membership for the NMC on a full-time basis. If you really want to regulate the media landscape, we should do it full-time, because those we are trying to help to promote standards are breaking the rules full-time.
And I get surprised that practitioners are those who are constantly calling for teeth to bite them. They want to be beaten, and I can't understand it. The National Media Commission was never intended to have teeth. Its primary responsibility is to safeguard the freedoms of everybody, free expression. And free expression is not for journalists. It is not the property of journalists. Free expression is for all citizens, not journalists.
But the chairman of the commission noted that too much power over the media could lead to a loss of progress.
It is better that we engage people and discuss things than to assume that if we're to punish people. If there is goodwill from among all of us, that goodwill will reflect also in the media. We want to sanitize the environment, but the approach should be dialogue, discussion, engagement, rather than control.
Another Minister of Local Government, Dan Botwe, has tasked municipal assemblies to mobilize internally generated funds to address issues in their municipalities. This was highlighted at the second day of inspecting works on the various beneficiaries of the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development GARID project fund by the World Bank in Accra.
The tour took the team to Klote Kwale municipality. Adabraka, situated within the municipality, is an area which records flooding every year. Dredging of the Odo drains has been ongoing. The director for works at the Klote Kwale municipality, Isaac Lamte, called for the support of residents to help mitigate flooding.
You see that there are some refuse collected along the banks because of the inaction or bad attitude of some of the residents. But as a result of sensitization and enforcement, you can see that today, as you see, even along the banks, they are very clean.
The team also visited the Okankwe North municipality. Work was seen ongoing at the Achimota Old Station, whereas a drain at the Kiseman Bridge was dredged. At North Kanishi, a suburb of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, residents were seen fighting laborers attacks by the assembly to the silt drains, claiming it had already been done weeks ago. The Director of Planning, Richard Odro, says investigations will be conducted.
An allegation, we just have to investigate. But I won't be surprised because from time to time you have residents and individuals who will organize certain individuals or groups to do some private exercise for them. So maybe this one could be one of those private, works that they engage those individuals in.
The Minister for Local Government, Dan Botwe, reiterated the importance of maintaining and improving drainage infrastructure to ensure the safety of residents.
This store is specifically because of the collaboration we have with the current project. And because the funding that we received, even though I keep repeating that Western Housing is the lead ministry, they are going to do the major infrastructure as the person from the current World Bank team, the engineers, major work in the Otto Basin that will finally join the river to the sea. But we are supposed to work to do the basic consulting whilst we even wait for that project. That's what the monies that we're giving last year and this year, the 3.something million, 7.3 million for this year, for which we gave the assemblies 420,000 Ghana cedis to do this type of work. Drainage, the certain, some are said that they have to use human labor to do it. Others they use these big machines also to do it. So it's part of their work plan, and I'm satisfied with that.
Still staying on health, following a reorientation engagement, vendors selling food items on the ground in the Korle Klottey municipality will be prosecuted. The public health officer of the assembly, Victor Akwe, says consumers face greater health risk as a result of the display of food items on the ground.
State agencies like the Food and Drugs Authority and the assemblies have been promoting food safety and proper handling of food, although traders and food processors are required by law to obtain certification from the Ghana Standard Authority and the Food and Drugs Authority. Not all traders and food processors have complied. In the Korle Klottey municipality, vendors display food products on the ground where they collect dust. In order to reorient them on the need to keep food sales to the general public safe, the Public Health Directorate of the Assembly has started working with some food traders within the municipality.
You get to market and food is placed on the ground. You get a market and things that are dirty are used to display food. You get a market and it's like, anything can go at the market. But you go to other places to, like a supermarket where you have the same food item there, you realize that the display and the way it is packaged is different. But the basic aspect is the way the food is displayed, for which we want to avoid contamination from the very markets where they display their food. But we don't want to go with the direct enforcement. What we want to do an engagement. Before now, we'll go in and ensure that those who are failing to comply will not be allowed to sell at the markets.
Some traders were happy the intervention will promote food safety. Head of the Food Enforcement Department of the FDA, Maria Lovelace Johnson, has reassured the public that the authority will not renege on its responsibility to protect the public interest.
You know, we have this funny saying like African James don't kill, and they hygiene by Bolaka and Kuno. And you know, I mean, really, my engine was a big deal. You see, some of all these things don't help the situation. So we always say that food safety is a collective responsibility. People will have to understand. People will have to appreciate it.
Indeed, food safety is a collective responsibility. And more news this afternoon. The Ghana Armed Forces, in collaboration with the United States Africa Command, has conducted Exercise African Lion 2023 at Daboya in the Savannah region. The exercise provides an opportunity for 18 African countries to conduct realistic dynamic and collaborative readiness training against extremist organizations.
Exercise African Lion is US AFRICOM's largest annual joint that demonstrates shared commitment to regional stability in North and West Africa. 18 nations and approximately 8,000 personnel participated in the 2023 edition of the exercise across Africa. The personnel were taken through various exercises aimed at strengthening the ability of African partner nations to organize, sustain, and counter transnational threats and violent extremist organizations. In Ghana, the personnel were taken through a joint and combined training in operational planning, small unit tactics, medical engagements, and civil military humanitarian actions. Speaking at a simulation exercise, Commander, U.S. Army Southeastern Europe Task Force Africa, Major General Todd Wasmont said, African Lion 2023 will improve the collective ability of the military to confront an increasingly dangerous and unpredictable world.
And as military and civilian leaders in each of our countries, it is our duty together to ensure that we are prepared to address these challenges. And that is what African Lion is all about. While we may represent different countries, we all share a common aspiration, a common goal: to have security, to have stability, and to have prosperity for all of our nations, for all of our families, and for all of our loved ones. That is why we are here.
For his part, Chief of Army Staff of the Ghana Army, Major General Thomas Opon Pepra, expressed gratitude to the U.S. Army and the Exercise African Lion team for the cooperation and called for more collaboration.
It tells you how we have to deal with emerging threats. No country can do it alone. So joint operations, joint collaboration have all come to stay. And I must say that you have done very, very well in the midst of challenges. And what I saw this morning is an indication that you have improved on your skills.
While you're still watching Midday Live here on TV3, we're going for a quick commercial break. We're back with more news. Just stay with us.
To Ghana Padia and one they were 539 direct, the best lotto game in Ghana. You will hear say Ubenya with solid magic numbers. A free bako, equasi 39.
Wow! Directory nafa! Winning no each show!
Abran Hedino, what the 2 Ghana cities pay and a 2 you. And to also call *446# across all networks. Ucha direct one. Obedi 20 times Sika Udikayeno. Ucha direct tour. Obedi 40 times Sika Udikayeno. And a direct train so Ebema wedi 400 times.
A fuck! We no eat show!
Kwame so enedino.
A fuck!
We no eat show! Hey! Direct tuna mi kana fama me. We no dey choke ampa. They were 539 direct. A fuck!
We no eat choke.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathy Clinic. M-Punch Homeopathy Clinic is my pillar. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathy Clinic. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Ha! Chese na me ankasa me period na se problems wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nyana sam ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me mogya mu no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro me fire no ene ma won kra me nu foforo kwa na me kwan mu a eba
and everything yourself
me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko end point o mama nura ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's end point for you. Of Acrobato.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what che. Okay. A free bra wo di end point wa dance. Me call you no. Me Johnson sema na enkoyie en person na my emre nyina na magina sabema na me be fear for there e kwa de nyina jaresa. You heard everything. I have secret. M-Punch is my secret. M-Punch Homeopathy Clinic. I'm free.
Ura musana eshi ano eshi metwe anopa awia imle even kra ma chekra na timi so letwe.
The glue that sticks things together is now tearing lives apart.
No more shame na egu. Etine kutaro. Ti o ma mo se kwa hili say.
a big trouble in a small tube.
I'm 12 years. I'm 19 years.
It's a story of how young men are wasting their lives away, addicted to sniffing glue.
The government is not paying attention anywhere because I don't see anywhere in Ghana that the youth are finding jobs to do. So it's a general bad governance issue.
For them, it is a cheaper alternative to hard drugs. Experts are worried about its life-threatening consequences.
I decided to track them down to this particular place.
Godwin Asediba, in High on Glue, visits some communities and reveals the canker robbing the lives of many Ghanaian youth. High on Glue airs on Wednesday, June 21 on TV3 at 9 p.m. and across our social media platforms.
Welcome back to Midday Live. The Locked Up Investment Holders Forum is urging government to use part of the Stability Fund to pay investors whose funds are locked up with finance houses and savings and loans companies licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Dr. Edu Anane, at a press conference in Accra, questioned the purpose of the Stability Fund if it cannot be used to stabilize the financial sector.
Dr. Edu Anane believes investors did no wrong by investing with financial institutions licensed by the Bank of Ghana. He therefore urged the regulator to protect investors by making funds available to the affected financial institutions.
If people have invested in institutions that have license, the regulator must protect. So Bank of Ghana must do that. We have said that Bank of Ghana should provide liquidity support to these institutions so that they can pay back investors' money, whether interest or the principal, to them. If Bank of Ghana is unable to do that, they must speak or engage the Ministry of Finance and speak with the development partners who are helping us to set up this financial stability fund.
He warned the group will have no option than to pick it at the BOG should they fail to heed to their plea.
The financial market is not made up of only banks. So we are saying you cannot stabilize this market. You cannot talk about financial stability when clients, customers, investors' funds are still locked up in the same financial market. So the Bank of Ghana should do something about it immediately. And we have said that we will be giving the Bank of Ghana some reasonable time. We will monitor the situation. After that, we will have no other option than to start picketing the BOG to press home our demand.
The Employment and Labour Relations Ministry is to roll out the Ghana Labour Market Information Systems by September this year to show job opportunities and remuneration for prospective applicants. Deputy Secretary Minister Brad Kubrobe is confident the program will provide accurate data of job creation in the country.
The Ghana Labour Market Information Systems, GLMIS, a technological platform designed to provide data about jobs in the formal and informal sectors. It will also provide real-time information on Ghana labour markets, trends, and skills required for a particular job. Available figures from the Statistical Service indicate that about 250,000 graduates join the job market every year. With the Ghana Labour Market Information System, these figures will also assist employers to determine skills needed for their work.
You call Planting for Food and Jobs, they said they've employed 2 million, and then we put it down. We don't have a means of triangulating any figure. In 6 months' time, you can write to the ministry. So how many jobs this month? How many jobs have been created? How many people have exited?
The Presbyterian Senior High School, PRESEC, has won the 4th edition of the Greater Accra Regional Senior High School Renewable Energy Challenge. Pardon me. The event was to develop the research skills of students and also promote technological innovation in renewable energy.
The Senior High School Renewable Energy Challenge was born out of the Energy Commission's mandate under the Renewable Energy Act
2011. It seeks to promote the development and efficient use of renewable energy resources through public education, training, and regulation of entrepreneurs in the sector. The challenge also serves as a platform to foster renewable energy, focusing on research and development among students while facilitating mentorship programs that encourage the transformation of ideas into impactful and commercially viable solutions. Kofi Edu Ejako is the Director of Renewables and Energy at the Energy Commission.
This initiative is to help find common solutions to very common problems that is besetting our development as a country. We have been targeting the agricultural sector, and we are doing so because it is sad that during bumper harvest, farmers sell at a loss, and during the lean season, produce becomes very expensive. This initiative is to solve some of these post-harvest challenges that we face as a nation.
Deputy Minister of Education in charge of TVET, Gifty Chum Ampofo, lauded the initiative, adding it will instill in students the passion for solving challenges using renewable energy.
Results have proved that this Energy Commission challenge with our SHS is yielding fantastic results. Not just a project that we used to do at the secondary schools where the product and the results are packed on the shelves. But this one with the Energy Commission in between. We collaborated with a lot of institutions. We're bringing academia closer to the industries to solve challenges of all sectors.
You're still watching Media Live on TV3. Remember, we are live on DSTV channel 279. Away from education, government is calling for more collaboration and involvement of all partners in the Chips for Life project, which comes to an end in July. Stakeholders have held a final dissemination forum on the JICA Sponges project.
The forum marked the end of 17 years of JICA technical cooperation on chips, which focused on infrastructure and capacity development in the 5 regions of the north. Japan has constructed several chips compounds across the country under its grant assistance for grassroots human security projects.
Our cooperation has produced positive outcomes for Ghana's health sector in many areas, including training and experience sharing. Ladies and gentlemen,
the projects have strengthened the healthcare delivery system, developed cost-effective approaches for capacity strengthening, and promote healthy lifestyles.
We realize that this one is in 5 regions. So if they are able to scale it up to the remaining 11 regions in the country, we will be able to provide chips to the doorsteps of the community members. So it will reduce mortality and then morbidity.
Deputy Health Minister Mahama Asseyi called for a more collaborative effort.
The Minister of Health's passive role in the project could have been more active, especially in the area of oversight, monitoring, and evaluation. The ministry seems to be left out. I want you to involve the ministry more, at least to do the evaluation and the monitoring at the end of the day, so that we come up with a perfect system.
Stakeholders are hopeful the project would be extended to other parts of the country.
There's more news after the break. Stay with us.
Ghana Padia, N1, they were 539 direct, the best lotto game in Ghana. You will hear me say, Ubenya with solid magic numbers. A free bako, equasi 39.
Wow! Director enough fat, winning no each show.
Abran Hedino, what the 2 Ghana cities pay, and a 2 you. And to also call *446# across all networks. Ucha direct one. Obedi 20 times Sika Udikayeno. Ucha direct 2. Obedi 40 times Sika Udikayeno. And a direct train so Ebema with the 400 times.
Fat, winning no each show.
Kwame so enedi no. Afa winning no icho. Hey! Direct to me try na farmer me. Winning no dey icho campa. They were 539 direct. Afa.
Winning no icho.
When it comes to the world of sports, what does complete mean to you?
When my team scores at the end of a 30-plus passing sequence, just like Pep Guardiola style.
When someone beats the buzzer with a shot from the logo, like Steph Curry.
Dominating opponents and punching my waist to a knockout like Africa's greatest boxer, Azuma Nelson.
Running so fast I can afford to celebrate midway through a 100-meter race and smash the world record like Usain Bolt.
Hold up, what makes all of these sports complete is the screen. This is where you get access to all the extensive highlights, analysis, and insights. So do join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. live on 3FM 92.7 as we serve you the best sports buffet and most satisfying in the sports world. The 3 Sports team will come together to review, preview, and analyze the latest in the sports world here on Sports Ultras.
Get ready to splash this summer at the hottest event of the season. It's the Date Rush Pool Party, coming to you live on Saturday, 8th July at the breathtaking Pleasant Gardens Jolu. Get ready to groove to the infectious beats of the sensational Dope Nation, the energetic prince of the street, LaRusso, the fast-rising TV3 Mentor X winner, DSL, who will be setting the stage on fire, along with the baddest DJs, DJ Faculty, DJ Yabiam, DJ Phil, and more. So put on your trendiest swimwear, grab your friends, and dive into an epic celebration of summer. Remember, it's Saturday, 8th July at the stunning Pleasant Gardens Jolu. Doors open at 3 p.m. Don't miss out on this unforgettable experience. Tickets are going for a cool 50 Ghana cedis. For tickets, dial *713*33*25#. To purchase or make a reservation, call 0244-405027. Date Rush Pool Party, the summer event you don't want to miss.
Welcome back from the break. Sports is next with Ore Kwampofo. Take over, my brother.
Well, thank you very much. Coming up in sports, we'll be looking ahead to the Black Stars and then the MTN FA Cup, which takes place this weekend. But let's start from Ghana's national team, the Black Stars, who will look to secure a ticket for the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations when they take on Madagascar at the Mahasima Municipal Stadium on Sunday. The Black Stars are currently leading the pack in Group E with 8 points, whilst Madagascar are languishing at the bottom of the group. Now check out the preview of the game from the 3 Sports team.
In the last round of qualifiers, Ghana picked up a dramatic win over Angola at home after Antoine Semenyo scored deep in extra time before an Osman Bukari goal in Luanda salvaged the points for the Black Stars. Chris Hughton will be without key players such as Iñaki Williams, Alexander Jiku, Mohamed Salisu, and Gideon Mensah, who all miss out due to injury. The 64-year-old will still have the complement of a 24-man squad who have trained since Monday.
You know, they know what they're here for. They know what the challenge is. They know that at the end of this challenge is AFCON 2024. This is the goal. So that's the starting position. My responsibility is just to reaffirm that with them.
When the two sides met a year ago, Ghana ran away 3-0 victors in Kumasi, but it could be a different Black Stars who turn up in Antananarivo. For starters, the technical team has been augmented with Hughton replacing Otuado as head coach. The starting 11 is expected to also change, with the likes of Felix Afanajan, Babaraman, and Fatao Isaaku failing to make the squad this time round.
Most cases it makes life a little bit more difficult for the coach because as the head coach I have to pick a team, and that can be part and parcel of it. It can be for what I already know, or it can be from something that I see in the training that makes me think a little bit different.
The Berea, on the other hand, have been struggling in the qualifiers, with the team picking up only 1 point whilst conceding 9 goals in 4 games. Ghana head into the game as favourites, and a win will take them one step closer to ending a 41-year trophy drought.
And so the Black Stars versus Madagascar on Sunday, that match at 2 p.m. Remember, we're bringing you live commentary on 3FM 92.7, and so you do want to tune into that. We'll build up starting before the game. But we still stay on Ghana football, where Dreams FC will go head-to-head against King Faisal on Sunday for the much-coveted MTN FA Cup trophy at the Dr. Kwame Chey Park. The two coaches spoke to 3 Sports ahead of the game, and here's a preview to it.
To me, it's a big achievement, even reaching the finals. It's a big achievement for the club and for myself. Well, that is my wish and that is my objective. Now that with the cup, I have to win it. And then, I don't know whether it is by desire or by fate, or I don't know. Anytime I come close to cups, I normally win the cups.
Escaping relegation, winning a trophy, King Faisal will see it very, very big in the season. The first thing is that escaping relegation becomes very big for the club, and winning a trophy, I think it will be huge. And then people who are saying Ignatius has not won anything, now will say Ignatius have won something.
And so it would be a big game on Sunday. Dreams FC versus King Faisal, Karim Zito versus Ignatius Fosuse, who will be coming out on top. What we do know is that we'll be bringing you a lot of behind the scenes and action that you need to know of ahead of the game. So you can follow us at 3 Sports GH for all the details before the game, and then text commentary on the match as well. My name is Oreko Ampofo, and this has been the sports segment on Midday Live.
What does love mean to you? Is it words of affirmation, quality time, service, or lovely surprises? We like to get a little cocky and mix things up a bit on Perfect Match. The drama just went up a notch on Perfect Match Extra. Experience the cocktail of love, drama, betrayal, explosive arguments, and steamy confessions. Get ready for a thrilling love journey with twists and turns as your television experience just got better with Perfect Match Extra, only on TV3. Perfect Match Extra.
Friendship, reality, abstinence.
Let the games begin.
Catch Perfect Match Extra every Monday at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. and the live eviction shows on Saturdays at 8 p.m. only on TV3. Sponsored by Close Up Complete Fresh Protection for your important oral care needs. Geisha Moringa and Geisha Black Soap for soft and glowing skin. Frutelli Calipo, Forever Clear. Beauty by Cava.
Darling Lemon Drink.
Flora Tissue. And Napa Foods. Say Napa. Enye Ono Soko. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil. Heaven Dear Bakope. Top Choco. Ebony Condoms. Supported by Bell Ice. Capfam. Empire Kitchens. Drugnet. Malcolm. Where Ghana shops.
Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
The TV3 and 3FM Great Expedition is here again. It's much bigger and exciting this time. Experience the breathtaking view of the ever-scenic Kafajato and the spectacular Wuli waterfall. Let's uncover the excitement around these mystical and extraordinary sceneries. Happening on Republic Day, Saturday, 1st July 2023. Come, let's make memories on Republic Day with the Republic Day Reloaded. We head to Kafajato as we hike to the summit. We visit the Wuli waterfall. And then we have a dinner and party at the Bamboo River Resort. This package includes transportation, breakfast, snacks, dinner, music on rotation, plus the whole experience. All for 650 Ghana cedis. For reservation, call 0541 159 715 or 0554 049 778. The TV3 3FM Republic Day Expedition. You don't want to miss this.
Another week of exciting content right here on The Day Show. And this week, we're coming your way with one woman who can sing in Ga, Twi, Arabic, Spanish, French, you name it.
Eye ankasa don na medo na ebanun sain odonkwe na mine denia.
You miss home or, well, LA, where you came from?
No.
Not at all?
No.
You never miss anywhere else you're coming from?
Not that much.
She'll blow us away, but she's not the only one. Ghanaian actress Jackie Appiah joins us as well. She has a new movie years down the line, over 20 years, right? And you're still this relevant. Is success something that you envisioned or you planned for, or this just happened?
I always thought that I would become a lawyer. Yes, I come from a family of lawyers.
Okay.
I love to act,
Okay.
but I thought I was going to end up just in school or the church plays. I didn't know I was going to become an actress, even though I love to act.
And of course, beyond that, we talk about her life as an actress, and a popular one at that. Name 3 airlines.
KLM, British Airways, and Ghana Airways.
Where's the Ghana Airways one?
It's there. It's there.
Where?
We're back. We're coming back.
Don't miss The Day Show on TV3.
The Day Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on TV3.
This program is sponsored by Onga.
Ura musana eshi ano eshi metwe anopa ewia nimle even kwa machekwa na tim soletwe.
The glue that sticks things together is now tearing lives apart.
No more shame na agu. Etine kutaro. Ti omwa mo se kwa hili say.
A big trouble in a small tube.
We are training over 12 years. Until now I'm as 19 years.
It's a story of how young men are wasting their lives away, addicted to sniffing glue.
The government is not paying attention anywhere because I don't see anywhere in Ghana that the youth are finding jobs to do. So it's a general bad governance issue.
For them, it is a cheaper alternative to hard drugs.
Pampers cry, be no more, added to more, and no more soon. My party, I'm off working.
Experts are worried about its life-threatening consequences.
I decided to track them down to this particular place.
Godwin Asediba in High on Glue visits some communities and reveals the canker robbing the lives of many Ghanaian youth. High on Glue airs on Wednesday, June 21 on TV3 at 9 p.m. and across our social media platforms.
In the international news this afternoon, around 40 people, mostly students, have been killed at a school in the western Uganda by rebels linked to the Islamic State group. A further 8 people remain in a critical condition after the attack on Lumbuha Secondary School in Mpondwe. Boys who were staying in dormitories at the school are among the dead. The Allied Democratic Forces, a Ugandan group based in the Democratic Republic of Congo, have been blamed for Friday's attack. ADF rebels burnt a dormitory and a food store was also looted during the incident. Major General Dick Olum from the Ugandan army told the media some of the boys were burnt or hacked to death. He added others at the school, mostly girls, have been abducted by the group. A sad development there, if you ask me. In more international news, Mali's foreign minister has called on the UN to withdraw its peacekeeping force from his country without delay. Abdoulaye Diop accused the force, MINUSMA, of having become a part of the problem in fueling intercommunal tensions. He was addressing the UN Security Council. MINUSMA has more than 13,000 troops. Its decade-old mission has failed to stop the spread of jihadist violence. Russian Wagner mercenaries are now assisting Mali's military rulers. Western officials have accused Wagner of human rights abuses in Ukraine and parts of Africa. And last month, the U.S. announced sanctions on Ivan Maslov, whom it described as Wagner's top official in Mali. Up next is entertainment news. Acclaimed Ghanaian Afro dancehall artist Stonebwoy has appealed to mining companies to apply responsible methods in the operations to ensure the safety of the water bodies in the communities they operate in. The multiple award-winning singer, who recently commissioned boreholes for 4 communities in the Western region, also charged government to put in place the necessary measures to ensure mining companies operate responsibly. Take a listen.
access what to drink and same thing was shipped to clothes.
Even communities in Accra here really struggle for water. So it's like a national problem, you know, and to have our river bodies or the natural sources that we actually use to get proper drinking water for usage being damaged at this magnitude, it is really concerning. And I am one person who is passionate about these things. I may not be able to stop the situation, I may not be able to change the situation, but this is the best I can continue to do. Like, you know, manage to bring some level of potable water to some people who need it the most, and also push the agenda and advocate for people in power, stakeholders, to really check these things for us. We beg them, because it affects all of us. And we know it's the mining and the illegal mining. And if you don't know how to speak about these things, you become, you know, tagged one way or the other. I do not seek to get any negative political attention from this, but just doing a citizen's work, you know, and that I just beg government that these major companies who are engaging in the mining and the illegal mining should be checked. At least the legal ones should be able to prove to us that they care about the people by their corporate social responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to take a small stone boy to come and, you know, try to do this type of things. I know they're big, they have the millions, they make profits off of mining the resources here in Ghana. So the least is to just take care of the people. And it's obvious that, you know, they failed us in several ways.
Think about the future children. What kind of legacy you leaving for them? Selling and destroying generational wealth.
It can only be a collective approach in protecting the environment. Kudos to Stonebwoy in that regard. The Perfect Match Extra housemates were tasked this week to put their creativity to test and come up with outfits for the Thursday live show. At the end of the show, Grace and Bebelino were awarded a couple with the best costumes.
Tasked to put their creativity to test, the Perfect Match Extra housemates designed different outfits for their Thursday live show presentation and runway. From traditional outfits in Nigeria to cultural costumes in the Ashanti region, the contestants gave it their best shot. Even with the limited resources and experience, they still managed to come up with pieces that impressed the judges.
They tried. Again, limited resources, needle and thread, hand stitching is a lot of work. And to actually bring a certain creativity to life that way is hard. You know, sometimes maybe you can have a crazy idea, but because of needle and thread, you couldn't have done it. So, you know, they done a good job ultimately.
You could tell from the design that we've seen. Yeah, trust me, they did well. They did well. Overall, there's a few woes in there. If I could probably cast my mind, the head wrap, twisted head wrap looks like something that could probably pass for anywhere.
After an hour of catwalking and explaining the inspiration behind their outfits, judges Abrantia the Gentleman and Elikem Kumoji the Tailor awarded Brownie and Sasha as the contestants with the best catwalk. Best male design went to Bebelino, best female design to Lovelyn, and the overall best couple was awarded to Grace and Bebelino.
We're not just looking at the clothes, we're looking at the totality of everything that went on here, from the teamwork as in the couple, the creativity, the design itself, the inspiration behind the outfit that you probably designed, the general appeal, then individual costume. Then in all, since it's a couple thing, the synergy have to work. And
we both actually had high scores from this couple, and the winner is Grace and Bebelino.
Well, you can follow this reality show 24/7 when you download the app at PM Extra. On that note, we end today's edition of Media Live. It came to you live from the news app here at Adesawe Kanda. For more news updates, just log on to our website, streamnews.com. My name is Josh Cradin. It's always a pleasure coming your way. Enjoy your weekend.